Alright, today we have another Fealty deck. This one's the Martell Fealty deck. Now, Martell Fealty is famous for being one of the lamest games in the deck. I mean, one of the lamest decks in the game. I said that one backwards. Because what you will do is you will spam resets. You will play Valar Morghulis, and then you will play Varys and the Last of the Giants. I remember those days. We're not doing either one of those things. I definitely don't think you want to play Valar Morghulis in this deck because you don't have like bodyguards or saves. My opinion with Valar Morghulis is that if you're using it defensively, it's not very reliable, and a lot of times you're too far behind and you're going to lose anyways. But so you want to really stack up on a ton of saves and really build your deck around being able to use it offensively, which means you're using it to kill their stuff without actually losing the things that you really care about on your side. That's when it's a strong plot. And that's why I tend to only use it in Greyjoy right now. It's just not reliable enough in other factions, and it's too often that it will backfire basically, and you will regret having it in your plot deck when you play against an opponent who's playing a reset the board based deck, and you end up having to reset yourself on turn 7. That's pretty bad, and I would say there's at least as many games, if not more, where that hurts you compared to ones where having the Valar available will actually help you. So, getting that out of the way, the Martell Fealty deck, this is a Bastard Viper deck. Where is he? The Red Viper. From the box, Intimidate. After you win a challenge in which a character you control is a Bastard, he gains a power. I like this card. This is a more fun card. It's a more proactive card. It's a nice, big, cool character that can do some stuff. So I decided that I was going to use him, and then I sort of went from there to make the rest of the deck. The other big characters are Ilaria Sand, a bastard with a very annoying ability, and Arianne Martell, because I like her. I'm not sure what else you could use here for big characters. I mean, obviously there are a few other options in Martell, but none of the others just seem super appealing, so I went with these two. This card is definitely a good sort of like stalemate breaker, I guess you could say. It's going to be way more difficult for the opponent to like sit there and not declare any challenges when she's on the board, and she's going to make them waste a considerable amount of their challenge strength if they don't do anything. So then we've got a bunch of like small, efficient Martell characters, because Martell has no shortage. Probably the best lineup of cheap characters with powerful abilities in the game. There's so many of them. Shadow City Bastard, which is a bastard. Obella Sand, Bastard Daughter, obviously a bastard. Desert Raider. Doria Sand, another bastard. Dornish Spy, Greenblood Trader, House Dane Escort. All of these are good cards. We've also got Loreza Sand, and then we've got Obara, where is she? The discount Corset Arianne. But in practice, she's about as good as the Corset Arianne, because all the characters that you want to put in play with that combo, 9 times out of 10, they cost less than 5. So she's about as good. And in this deck, she can actually send some other cards back to your hand. Because, you know, you could send Nymeria, or in particular Tyene, back with her ability instead of Obara herself. So she's nice to have around. And this synergizes well with the Fealty because a lot of these cards are loyal. A ton of these characters are loyal. I mean, I'm not going to go down the list of all of the ones that are, but it is quite a few. And then we've got the other cards in the deck. We have some economy. I like the Rivergate, so we have a couple of those. Maybe I should make it 2 Great Halls and 2 Water Gardens. But I don't know. I think 3 Great Halls is good when you're using this Arianne, because she's like a repeatable character. You're going to be paying for her more than once, so you want as many Great Halls as you can get if you're going to use her. Flea Bottom, because, you know, Flea Bottom. Starfall's a really good card, also a loyal card. And we're using the Water Gardens, so I was like, well, you know, if we're going to have some Water Garden stuff in here, Starfall's one of them. Dornish Fiefdom, that's a Water Garden target. Prince's Plan and Venomous Blade, repeatable cards that, you know, can be discounted by the Water Gardens. Venomous Blade is kind of a scummy card to be playing. I don't love playing this card, but it's just too powerful in slow matchups, where, like I said, you run into these decks that just sit there and don't want to do anything and play very reactively. And this card is very strong in those matchups for punishing those decks. If you can use this over and over and kill their dudes, that will sort of give you a strong game plan. And Vengeance for Elia, this is not super useful to be honest, but it's a loyal event, so it makes the fealty relevant. It costs 2, so it goes with the Water Gardens. I mean, sometimes it's okay. But honestly, if I was going to cut anything from the deck, it would probably be this card. I'm not sure what I would replace it with, though. But surely I could find something. I mean, Martell has so many good cards to play. Let's talk about the Desert Raider for a minute. This is a pretty ridiculous card. And originally I wasn't even going to have this card in the deck, but the reason that it's in the deck, it's not necessarily the icon strip ability that makes this card ridiculous, it's the fact that it makes the military challenge completely irrelevant for the opponent, just by having one of these in play, and there's almost no counter to it. Like, you can't milk it, that's not going to matter, because the ability is from the dead pile. Nightmares, that doesn't do anything. It's like the best you can do is like, use Treachery or Drown God Fanatic or something, which only disables the ability for one turn. Or only for one challenge even, that's another thing. This isn't a limit, so you can use this more than once per phase. And it's very important because it's even stronger than Bastard Daughter, where Bastard Daughter is a character that you usually actively want the opponent to kill, like if they do a military challenge. But she's a one and done. Like if they do military and you kill the Bastard Daughter, now she's dead. She's actually done. The Desert Raider is forever. He never stops coming back if people keep doing military challenges. So that's why he's in the deck. That's too powerful to pass up on. The ability to just totally, take all the pressure off your board. You don't have to care about military claim for the entire game just by marshalling one of these. So let's look at plots. We open with At the Gates because we always do that. We have Confiscation because of Milk, Close Call with Flea Bottom. Also, we don't have like bodyguards, so it's very possible that the Red Viper can just die to Val Armagulis. Forced March. This is the most questionable plot. I've really found this to not be as useful recently. I would seriously consider replacing this with something. I'm not even sure what. But I think I've said this in other videos. But we're going to keep it for now and see what happens. Fallen from Favor is one of the more questionable plots as well, but it goes really good with Flea Bottom. I wanted a high gold plot, and I didn't want to use like Late Summer Feast, so this is sort of the next best thing. And like I said, since we're running the Desert Raider, hopefully, and we have so many efficient little small characters that we don't really care about sacrificing, hopefully we can have our board be safe enough that we can afford to take this effect and benefit from the plot, and return to the fields for a similar reason, also comboing quite well with Flea Bottom. And these plots of course combo with the House Dane Escort, who just comes back out of the discard. And yeah, Exchange, that's about it. I'm not sure on maybe you could even possibly replace the Forced March with like Counting Coppers or a second Exchange. I think that wouldn't be unreasonable. I've been leaning more in a card draw direction recently. I've been having games where I'm like, man, I just need to draw more cards. Just need to draw more. I think it's a solid deck, though. I've had some pretty good results with it. We'll see what happens. No Greyjoy, no Greyjoy, no Greyjoy. Excellent. Is this going to be Tower of the Hand? Oh, of course, it's a Shadows deck. So this is probably an example of the type of deck where, like I said, the Venomous Blade is specifically there for matchups like this one. Although I don't know if it's going to be that great against Lannister Shadows. Yeah, we'll just set this up. Don't know if it's going to be that great against Lannister Shadows. I don't know how many small characters they actually use. It's like Penny, and that might be it. Ariane should be pretty good in this matchup just because she can dodge resets. Like, that's the only reason why. You always make the Shadow player first. This is sort of like the replacement. Yeah, we'll do this because we have Ariane. So back in the day, the Martell Wars to Come, after the Martell box came out, was like the most popular deck. And what that deck would do is sit there and just marshal locations and maybe like Bastard Daughters or something, and basically do nothing for 3 or 4 turns. Then play trade routes and try to win with Duran's game after playing as many resets as possible. And that was a very frustrating thing to deal with. And I feel like a lot of these shadow decks are sort of the reincarnation of that. They tend to play in a very similar fashion where they make your challenges irrelevant. They don't have a board, so military doesn't matter. All their crap is in shadows, so intrigue doesn't matter. And they don't have any power on their faction cards, so power doesn't matter. And they just wait for literally like 3 or 4 turns with an empty board, play some resets, and then go trade routes. Very frustrating. Because I tend to play challenge-based decks. I don't enjoy playing like combo decks or anything like that, so it's actually pretty difficult to punish that a lot of the time. But I think we can do this maybe. Yeah, this is okay, I think. If she wasn't duplicated, I would not marshal her, but I think the dupe makes it okay, because now he cannot kill her with Valar. And you can see the use of making him first player, because now he probably won't bring anything out of shadows. Oh, I forgot my fealty. That actually matters. I could have marshaled a 2-cost. That's embarrassing. But yeah, so he probably won't bring anything out of shadows, because then it'll have to die to military claim. Whereas if I was going first, then I would like do my challenges or whatever, and then he could bring out Penny on his turn and do something. Oh my goodness, he actually brought a card out of shadows. Okay, so he's actually going to try and do something here. That's fine, obviously. I could Starfall this guy, but I won't. Because if he does... Okay, now we're going to Starfall. So I do not want to lose Intrigue, so we're not going to allow that. And like if Old Bill Bone attacks, we can just defend him with the Dornish Spy. I guess the Venomous Blade actually would be pretty decent here. But if he actually has to fulfill military claim on these, then it's not that relevant anyways. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that, because I'm going to kill the bastard daughter. So you probably don't want to declare military. This makes more sense. This is a bit safer in case of like Widow's Wail or something. Yeah, give me that insight. Am I going to get hit with Poisoned Coin? It's 1 card in shadows. Is it Poisoned Coin? Ah, no Poison Coin. Feels good, man. It's pretty like even if he had Poison Coin there, it's pretty arguable whether he should use it. So if he uses it on Ariane, she's going to dodge it. She's just going to come back to my hand. Like, it's probably not worth killing a Dornish Spy with it. Poisoned Coin is a card you have to look out for. I have learned that the hard way. That game, I think it was literally yesterday, where I got double Poison Coin to kill my important characters, and I was just like, alright, I got nothing now, man. That was rough. Let's discard the Escort for reserve, for obvious reasons. So do I do this? Maybe. See, this is where I want something besides Forced March that would actually be decent to play here. So now I'm in an awkward spot with my plots. Alright, let's just go Fallen. Well, we make him first. I guess we sack the Spy? Yeah, because we have Shadow City Bastard to ambush in challenge phase. So even if we had marshaled a 2-cost last turn, it would get hit with this turn, so missing the fealty last turn didn't matter. Feels good, I guess. So I should have enough money to marshal the Viper and ambush the Dornish Spy. Not Dornish Spy, Shadow City Bastard. And then I'm safe from March to the Wall. It's kind of... okay. I was going to say it's kind of dangerous to marshal this because Penny's going to go away, so he has to worry about Tyrion dying to military, but he surely has like burned men or something. So he'll probably be fine. Might should have marshaled Rivergate there, actually. Because I don't have any way to spend the rest of this gold, really. It's probably okay. Do we take his intrigue icon? I don't think so. Whenever he attacks, I'll just defend with Arianne. I don't really care. Oh ho ho! A shadow attachment is spooky. I guess we might as well use Starfall now. Oh no! I have to discard two. Let's discard a Bastard Daughter. And I guess Rivergate. Oh no, we can discard Prince's Plan. Because it comes back. Yeah. I guess I could have used Arianne's dupe there. But we can just use that for military claim anyways. Did I defend this? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think I defend this. I hope he has a better... he has some type of military claim soak. If he has to kill one of these, it's pretty bad. We're going to use the dupe here. I would rather not use her duplicate, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay, all things considered. I guess I'm going to send Sir Mandon Moore back to his hand with Arianne's ability. I really don't like that. But it's not acceptable for Arianne to stay on the board without a duplicate. Because that'll be Valar Morghulis 100%. So she has to go back. As Donald Trump would say, she has to go back. Now, who does he kill? Alright, that works. I really didn't want to bounce a milked Tyrion. That would have just made me look silly. Now I'm safe from basically every reset. Like, he can still do Valar Morghulis, but it's not that bad if he does it now. It's pretty acceptable. Oh, geez, again, these plots are just awkward. Like, which plot do I reveal? I guess we just do Return to the Fields? Sure. Well, that works. Fallen from favor. It's actually a pretty bad Return to the Fields, because I already have a bunch of, like, flea bottom characters. Again, this is a spot where I want something besides Forced March. I probably should have just revealed Forced March, to be honest, even though it wasn't going to do anything. Because it might never be that great in this matchup anyways. Alright, let's not forget to use Fealty. Now, I don't know that I want to play Ariane again. Probably not. Because I can play Obara, and I have Aerial Hota and Tyene Sand, so Obara is pretty good. So we save one for Flea Bottom. I guess let's play Desert Raider. It's good to just go ahead and get it in play. Now we can go Obara Aereo, and we have the Flea Bottom available. So we have a lot of stuff. And now bouncing that Mandanmore is fine. Because if he brings Mandanmore out of Shadows again, I'm just going to kill the Desert Raider. And I would say things are definitely not going according to plan for our Shadows opponent. You never want to have to kill your Tyrion Lannister for military claim. That's just not great. Alright, so he has 6 gold. That means we're not going to put Obara into any challenges, so that she will not die to Sir Robert Strong. I think we just do Intrigue and pass. Uh-oh, he gained 1 gold. What's he gonna do? Gold mine, underhanded methods. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of underhanded methods personally. I guess it's decent if you just need cheap Shadows triggers. That's like the only thing that's good about it. Oh, well, he didn't even play the Mandanmore again. That works. Yeah, you sit on that 7 gold, buddy. I'm not going to kneel Obara for you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh no, it's that guy. What do we do about that guy? Do we just take his icons? I think it's a good plan. Let's just not let that guy do anything. How about that? I could probably just use Starfall on his power icon, and that would be also very acceptable, because I don't really care if he does a military. I don't know, I guess it's a little questionable, because if he does military and I kill the Desert Raider, then I have to think about freaking, what is that card called? March to the Wall. But he's probably going to do power. Then I'm going to get Tyene. And that's good. If I didn't have Tyene in hand, I might Aerial Hota to cancel this. But since I have Tyene, let's get a free 4-cost character. Seems pretty good. I don't think I can use this, can I? No. Take a moment to read the card because no one ever plays this card. And then we do this, so that we're more safe from Valar Morghulis. He still has 4 gold, but oh, it's Mandamore again. Interesting. Well, we're definitely going to kill. I think we'll just kill the bastard daughter. Yeah, it's fine. What do we get? This thing? The Queen's Assassin? Sure. Don't care at all about a bastard daughter. Alright, don't get Ariane, please. So there we were too trigger happy with the, damn it, with the Obara. But I wanted to go ahead and do it, because if you don't do it, then he can just say pass challenges, and then you don't get to use the ability and she stays on the board. So a little bit questionable. I forgot to use my Rivergate. That was a misplay. After I lost that intrigue, I was supposed to use Rivergate, because then I lost 2. And of course it's Ariane. It's always the worst one, I swear. Frickin' swear, man. Alright, let's use this plot while it'll actually do something. Doharis, huh? Sure. So see, like I said, you gotta bring her back to the hand. Because he still did a reset. And now we play better around the reset this way. I mean, I'm obviously keeping... Yeah, I'm keeping these. Desert Raider is still better than Tyene Sand. Even though he costs 2 less. He's just a better card. Sorry, Tyene. Green Blood Trader, very nice. Really sucks that my freaking Ariane got discarded by like the only intrigue challenge that I managed to lose in the entire game, and it snipes her. They're both in the discard. That's so sad. How did I lose the other one? I don't even remember. Oh, the duplicate. Man, that blows. That's like my favorite card. Stop. I want her back. I was going to have 2 Great Halls. Oh my goodness, it would have been so good. He did Clever Feint on Sir Mandan Moore. I think that's a bad play. I think it's a waste of Clever Feint. Because again, when that dude comes out of shadows, I'm just going to kill the Desert Raider. I don't care at all about that. Alright, let's get something good here. That's pretty good. And I like this game because this is definitely doing a good job of showing off how I like to play Martell. Like, you have some lame stuff because you're Martell. There's no way that you're going to be Martell and not have any lame stuff. We have the Starfall, we have the Flea Bottom garbage, but we also have a game plan that we're trying to enact and that we can try to further. So we're not only playing in a reactive manner, we're also playing in a way where we're like building our own stuff and trying to you know, sort of further that game plan proactively, which is sort of how I like to play the game. Alright, we have the Intimidate available. Still have to worry about Sir Robert Strong. Sorry, Obara. Are we going to use anything from here? I probably should have marshaled this House-Dane Escort. I need to remember that he's in there. I think we use the Dornish Spy. I think that's the plan. Oh, that might have been a waste, because the Red Viper theoretically will intimidate that guy. It's probably okay. Oh no, the Queen's assassin. Well, that was nice of him. Now we don't have to worry about Robert Strong anymore. So Obara can finally do a challenge. That's very nice. Oh, he's first player. I've been sitting here planning out my challenges. I forgot that he goes first. Whoopsie daisy. Man, he really wants to win that intrigue challenge. I definitely defend this. It's just a question of how. I think we can go Prince's plan for +3. Yeah, we do it like this. Six to 7. I like the Prince's plan. This is such a cool card. Ha! Got him! No more challenges. I don't even have to worry about Iron Bank Robert Strong here because his faction card is kneeling. And I don't remember what he did to kneel his faction card. Oh, he did Clever Feint, that's right. As you can see, that was not particularly relevant. The Clever Feint to reuse Sir Mandan Moore. We just don't care about that because we have Desert Raider. So you can see the strength of the Desert Raider there. Like, that would be way scarier if we didn't have Desert Raider. We would actually have to care about that. But since we have Desert Raider, it's so irrelevant. I think we're going to make him win Dominance, too. Yeah, because it's going to be 2 gold to 1. I believe Intimidate is optional. I think you can actually choose not to intimidate stuff. If I recall correctly, keywords are not required. Yeah, because you can use Stealth, but then not declare any stealth targets. Like, if the character has stealth, you don't have to actually declare a stealth target if you don't want to. But it doesn't matter here. He's still going to win Dominance 2 to 1. Man, that's a good ability. Citadel Archivist. Oh my goodness. What? There goes all my flea bottom stuff. Holy crap. Wow, that just came out of nowhere. Alright, well played, I suppose. Alright, let's close call to get a flea bottom card. See, March to the Wall. You have to play around it. You know that he has it, man. You know it's there. So you have to play around it. You have to be aware. I was aware. I made sure not to get hit with that card. Now he finally has to use it, and I'm just marching a green blood traitor. He has to waste the plot. It doesn't do anything. The character he discards is better than the one that I discarded. He discarded Sir Mandan Moore. It's weird. I don't know. I guess it's a bit arguable because Penny has stealth and a power icon. I don't know. Actually sort of makes sense. I think we won this game, though. I'm not sure. He's going to need something pretty exceptional to win this game. And I think this game also shows why a lot of these shadow decks tend to be banner decks. I don't know. That's not quite true, though, because I lost really badly to a Lannister Assault from the Shadows because they just did Varys and then Varys again and then double Poison Coin and killed all my stuff. So I guess if you do that, it doesn't need to be a banner. But a lot of these are banner decks so that you can get like more Shadows cards to have more tricks. Because with the mono faction Shadows here, it's like, I don't know, his Shadows stuff, he just doesn't have enough Shadows cards and they're not doing enough powerful things to really make it work. If that makes any sense. Okay. 0 gold Obara. Feels good, man. Kind of a crappy draw. I don't need any more economy at this point. But whatever. I think we still got this game on lock. Oh my goodness, he did that again. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I had to sneeze there. We discard 2 here, because what we do is we discard this, and then we discard the Great Hall. Wait, it's select 2 characters. No, it's 2 cards. That's a glitch. This would be a considerably stronger card if you had to discard 2 characters. You couldn't just pick 2 cards. That would be brutal. I could also just burn the duplicate on the Red Viper there. But I don't want to do it in case if I don't win this turn, then you definitely want to still have that dupe. Oh, that was misplay. I forgot I just discarded Aerial Hota. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to hold on to Aerial Hota. That was a total waste. That blows. Okay. Let's just remove power. Citadel Archivist. Oh no, this is Nefarious Acolyte. But it is a Maester, that's why I got it mixed up. This is a weird card. I don't know what you actually ever hit with this card. I like the idea of a card that can counter plots this way, but the problem is what plots actually see common use that are useful to blank in the challenges phase. Ironically, the main one cannot really be countered by this card because the main one that you would want to counter is the King in the North, but you can't use this card unless you have a king anyways during the King in the North, so that makes it pretty pointless. So yeah, there's just not enough plots with like passive abilities to make this card worthwhile. Again, really wants to win that intrigue challenge. I really don't want him to win it. I think we just go like this. Oh man, I don't know. Strength 8, huh? I think we just take the 1 and 3 for him to get our character. Because if he gets either one of the economies, it doesn't matter at all. Man, that's annoying. Pinch of powder. That's why he wanted to win it so badly. That's why. So now he will finally use Valar Morghulis to kill the Red Viper. He's probably been waiting the whole game for his chance to do that. Alright, let's go ahead and do this, because we're going to make the Hound stay in play, so that when he does Valar, the Hound will die. Do we want Obara or Nymeria to come back? I guess Obara, right? Also, I just win this turn. If that's all he can do, yeah, that's it. I think I was still in a good spot, even if he got the Morghulis off, because he would be totally out of stuff as well. And I think I didn't even play Exchange. No, I never even played Exchange, so I had a better refill than him. Well, we beat the lame Shadows deck, but I have to give some credit. He didn't play it in the absolutely lame fashion that you typically see. He actually brought characters out of Shadows on turn 1. Like, he was actually trying to play the game right away. He was not doing the whole put 10 cards into Shadows and then use Varys type of thing. Which I guess that's a reason to use Assault from the Shadows over the House with the Red Door. Because with this agenda, it puts a lot more of a limit on how many cards you can actually have in Shadows. With Assault from the Shadows, you can like eventually get literally your whole hand into Shadows. And then it like, I guess, snowballs a lot more, you could say. But yeah, we got to show off a pretty strong game with this Martell Fealty. Never had to use the Venomous Blade. That makes me a bit happy to win without having to use that card. But you can see how strong it would have been. There was characters for it to hit. Basically the whole game, if we had drawn it, it would be brutal to start killing like half his board with the Venomous Blade. Blade is such a lame card, man. It's like Dracarys out of Targaryen. It's one of those cards that's like, it feels scummy to use it, but at the same time, it's so good. It's like hard to resist the temptation. Okay. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be playing weird banner decks again. I like weird banner decks. We're going to do Baratheon Banner of the Wolf and Greyjoy Banner of the Dragon. The Wolf Baratheon deck is pretty questionable, but I tried to do the best I could with what I had. The Greyjoy Dragon deck is a lot more dumb. Because first of all, it's Greyjoy, and then second of all, there's like actually some powerful abilities being brought in by the Dragon Banner. One card in particular, I think it maybe starts with a Q. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I heard that card could be pretty good. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see if I pick the right card or not. We'll find that out.